What's up, guys? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and I'm back with more Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes content. This time I'm going to be doing a comparison of, so it'll be Unearthed Arcana versus Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes comparison video, comparing the Fiendish options Unearthed Arcana, which included Tiefling Subraces, versus the final Tiefling Subraces that arrived in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. So this should be relatively quick, because a lot of this remains unchanged, but let's go ahead and take a look. So Asmodeus states here in the Unearthed Arcana that it is exactly the same as the player's handbook, as it does here in D&D Beyond for Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. Beelzebub, or however you want to say it, is Charisma +2, Intelligence +1, and then they get Thaumaturgy, Ray of Sickness, and Crown of Madness. Thaumaturgy, Ray of Sickness, Crown of Madness, that remains exactly the same. Dissipator, Charisma +2, Dexterity +1, Thaumaturgy, Disguise Self, Invisibility. Pretty solid. Dissipator, Charisma, Dexterity, Thaumaturgy, Disguise Self, Detect Thoughts. So there is a shift here. Previously, Dissipator gave you Invisibility at 5th level, now it gives you Detect Thoughts. So a slight change there. Let's see, Dissipator is all about secrets and uncovering them, so that makes sense. Fierna is Charisma +2, Wisdom +1, and was Friends, Charm Person, and Suggestion. Charisma, Wisdom, Friends, Charm Person, Suggestion. That remains the same. Glacia here, it was in Unearthed Arcana, Charisma +2, Dexterity +1, and then Minor Illusion, Disguise Self, and Invisibility. This is a personal favorite of mine. If you're curious, Temerity from our Evil campaign that I play is a Glacia Tiefling. So here we can see Charisma 2, Dex 1, Minor Illusion, Disguise Self, Invisibility. That remains the same. Levistus, Charisma +2, Constitution +1, Ray of Frost, Armor of Agnithis, and Darkness. For those of you curious, this is what Sabine is, the NPC character in my Everend homebrew campaign, is a Levistus Tiefling. Charisma 2, Con 1, Ray of Frost, Armor of Agnithis, Darkness. That remains the same. Mammon here is Charisma 2, Intelligence 1, Mage Hand, Tensor's Floating Disc, Arcane Lock. That remains, again, exactly the same. Mephistopheles was originally Charisma +2, Intelligence +1, Mage Hand, Magic Missile, and Web, which is an interesting choice. They changed that up significantly to Mage Hand, Burning Hands, and Flame Blade. I really like this combo because I feel like this, if you were to play this Tiefling and not play a caster, and you wanted to be like a martial-based Tiefling, I think this is pretty powerful because, one, Mage Hand is an always useful cantrip, but the fact that you now have given yourself some limited, but, 46 AoE to fire damage, and Flame Blade, a way to increase your damage output further, I think that's pretty cool, and it does give you the option to take, again, like your Paladin Tiefling or your Fighter Tiefling or whatever, and mix in a little bit of cool magic. And last, but certainly not least, is Zariel. Here was Charisma 2, Strength 1, Thaumaturgy, Searing Smite, and Branding Smite. And here we see that that, again, remains the same. So that's pretty much it, guys. As you can see, for at least this part of Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, it was more or less untouched from the Unearthed Arcana, which is, I guess that's a double-edged sword, right? So one, you have pretty much everything in the Unearthed Arcana as it appeared in the book. So you technically didn't need to purchase the book, as you could just get it from the Unearthed Arcana. Again, things have changed, so if you want to be as up-to-date, use the published version. But you wouldn't be too far off if you were to only stick with the Unearthed Arcana. So that's cool. The other side of that is that means that Wizards of the Coast is getting much better at what playtest material they put out, being balanced and well-fitting enough both in their eyes and in players' eyes, that what we see in Unearthed Arcana is pretty much exactly what we see in a published book, which means they're just getting better at 5th edition in general, the way balance and things work. So, anyway, guys, that is my little coverage here on the updates to the Tiefling Subraces. Be sure to stay tuned to the channel for more Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes comparisons and smaller deep dive videos. And also, be sure you check the description and the end card, as I'm giving away currently 4 copies of Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, 1 is the hobby store exclusive and 3 regulars. Each one also comes with a set of 7 polyhedral dice. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.